Reading the Torah, contemplating it, analyzing it, can be perhaps the most uplifting experience that any person will ever have the privilege of doing in their life. This week, the title of the Torah reading is called Acharay. And you'll remember, because just a couple of weeks ago, we dealt with the same theme of the death of the two sons of Aaron, who offered a strange fire before God and died. However, this week we deal with a different approach to the same episode, and a significant moral that emerges from its pages too. In the Talmud Sota, it deals with this issue of the death of the sons of Aaron, and notes that it says they died 2 times in the same first verse of the Torah reading. And ask, why does it say they died 2 times? It notes they died because they had no expectation that this was going to occur. In other words, Nadav and Avihu, the sons of Aaron, entered into the holiest place on earth, the place where God was present all of the time, where God's mitzvahs were given to the people, where the people's mitzvahs were transferred back to God, and the people and God knew that this exchange would occur in this holy place. And Nadav and Avihu had no pachad. They had no awe, they had no fear, they had every expectation that everything was going to be orderly and perfect and executed to the T. They had no sense of the power of this event and this place and the depth of meaning of this exchange. Without this pachad, they died a double death. The first death was for doing something wrong, but the second death was incomprehensibility of what had occurred, because they had no expectation that anything like this would happen. Every expectation that they did have was that everything was going to go off flawless. It had so many times before. Why would this time be different? Pachad must be carried throughout life. Awe must be a signal for every human being to carry on their backs, on their souls, and their hearts all of the time, for without it, we lose the flavor and the intensity of life. The second comment, given also by the Talmud, but elsewhere, is that it says in this same verse, Shnehem, Shnei B'nei Aharon, the 2 sons of Aaron. Why does it say the 2 sons? Of course he had 2 sons. We even know their names. Why does it say 2? Because, says the Talmud, they were operating independently, both as the Kohen Gadol. In other words, both of them thought they were the big cheese. Both of them thought they were grander than grand. Both of them thought they had entitlement to be in this place, that they had no insecurity, no doubts, no reservations. They were Aaron's sons. They could do anything. They could say anything. They could be anything. Without that self-consciousness, without that reservation of self, they had lost their self. We must always doubt. We must never have such expectations of ourselves and our lives that we feel entitled and privileged to be here. When we give tzedakah, we should do so without any thought that we're going to be patted on the back for what we've done. With the thought that we go out into the world and we pray every single day, we should do so without the thought that God is going to reward us, pat us on the back, and say, "Well done, my son, my daughter," for having done so. We do so altruistically, or at least tempt to do so. Not that we're privileged, not that we're specially blessed, not that God is going to give us any reward for having done what we're supposed to do. Expectation is what this Torah reading is all about. And expectation is about how we should live our lives to the fullest, without reward, but simply doing the right thing because it is the right thing to do. Shabbat Shalom.